Mic check, mic check.
Burr.
1 2 1 2.
I'm ready for it.
You don't want these bars, Bill. You don't want these bars, man.
And we get it on tape.
I'm like a mix between Eminem, Jay-Z, J. Cole, Kendrick.
You doing
Drake,
too much. You doing too much already.
DMX.
You doing too much.
I set the bar too high.
Yeah,
I set the bar too high.
Please bless us.
You should have just said 2 people. At
Right,
least.
you said like 9 people.
He said like 7 people, all different.
All different
I'm
kinds
diverse, man.
All different kind of
Man.
flows.
Album drops
Never.
December 32nd.
Copy.
Y'all gonna be waiting.
Another one.
Y'all gonna be
Mic
waiting
check,
for
1
real.
2 1 2. Turn the mics on. What we gonna do? Quarter with the C hat. The C stands for cool. Ooh. Bars, motherfucker. I'm out here, nigga. Y'all don't want this shit. 3 bars off the head. Pink Nike shirt. Is that red? I don't know. But we about to go. Or I'm about to blow.
That shit
I
is
don't
nice.
Straight fire. That's all I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna give him.
Yeah. Don't quit your day job.
They don't want no more, for real.
No roof. The mixtape comes out.
No roof.
No roof. No roof. I'm no floor. No, I'm no flow.
No
I'm
flow.
no flow. No flow. No flow. Wayne had no ceilings. I got no flow. Dropping July 27th.
Oh, now it's July.
Yeah, it's July. I changed it. I had to move it up earlier. The demand was so crazy. The demand is so crazy. After they hear this, they're not gonna be able to wait to December for this shit. You feel me?
I
Like,
feel you, dog.
you feel me? All right. What's good, family? Welcome to Possibly Impaired, where we talk about what's going on in the world, what that means to us as black men in this world, and plenty of other topics that most people probably need to be a little impaired to talk about. So grab that drink, spark that shit, and consume responsibly. Hating on my bars, it's all good. I'm gonna have a new one, a new verse for y'all later.
I'm supporting.
But yeah, y'all, we back. I'm gonna just stop rapping because they tired of that shit. We here with another episode of Possibly Impaired. I'm here with my brothers, Corey and Vale.
Yo.
How y'all doing today, bro?
Pretty
What it
good.
do?
Pretty good.
Huh?
What it do?
What it do, bro?
What it do?
What it do, man? Y'all didn't enjoy my bars?
I
Y'all
feel
didn't enjoy
better.
the
Yeah, I was
concept?
gonna say I feel better now after
You know
these opening words.
Yeah, it was very inspiring.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. You know,
No sarcasm
you know,
at all.
I almost got signed the other day.
Oh, for real?
I told him nah.
But
You told him no?
why you
Yeah.
tell him?
Why you told him no?
I said QC. I don't want to be on your level, bro. Like, you feel me? Like, I ain't trying to work with the Migos all day. You feel me? Like, that's all it is, bro. You feel me?
You want a lot of ad libs?
Yeah, you know. Yeah, I ain't want the ad libs. You know, you can't hear the bars with all the ad libs in the way. You feel me? So it's all good though. It's all good. We
I
back.
respect it.
Today we had a couple things to talk about today.
Yep.
We wanted to talk about the mass shooting that happened
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Wanted to talk about gun control as well. Or I guess it related to and how it relates to gun control and all the things going on with that. But first we wanted to it's playoffs time. It's NBA playoff time, and we wanted to talk about they trying to fuck with my nigga Russ, bro.
Man.
They trying to fuck with my nigga Russ. They trying to fuck with fans. Fans are just acting the fool right now. Honestly.
Yeah.
It's not just Russ, but Russ has been having that shit going on for a while now. But fans have been acting the fool, man. Recently, at the last game, Russell Westbrook had popcorn thrown on him as he was leaving the court. Last night or like 2 nights ago, Trae Young got spit on at the Garden
This
by a
shit
fan.
is crazy.
I didn't know about
If
that
you
one.
spit on me, I'm fucking murdering you.
Yeah, bro.
That is such disrespect.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, do y'all think people are just acting the fool because they finally are able to go outside again and finally able to be in public again?
How long are we going to use that excuse?
I mean, yeah, you're right. It is an excuse.
That's an excuse, man.
People done lost home training for real.
Yeah,
For real. Like
honestly.
it just makes no sense.
You've been at home for a year and you lost your home training?
To spit on somebody. I mean, well, first of all, just to pour on popcorn on somebody is also disrespectful. But to to spit on somebody too, like Lavelle said, that's man.
I think people,
I can't even think about it right now.
Right.
Like if that were to happen to me,
fans think they can do and say whatever they want because of Twitter.
just because they paid a ticket.
Because of fucking Twitter. That's why they
Man.
can say hide behind Twitter, say all that shit, troll people, go to the games and like, yeah, and then they'll throw popcorn and spit at you.
The troll community is just growing right now. Honestly,
Yeah,
it's going public.
Thank you, Twitter.
Twitter is an amazing, dangerous, beautiful, ugly place, man.
beautiful, twisted.
I was just about
Yeah.
to say that.
Dirty fantasy. But then I also feel like there's no fear in stadiums either of like doing wrong.
But that's in the world.
So like, I feel like it's also on the teams and stuff, or like almost security in a sense, because
Yeah.
it's not like this is the first time fans have heckled players or like made them get to a point where they want to like put their hands on the fan or something. Well, sometimes they do put hands on the fans. What was it in the Palace?
A Malice in the Palace.
Yeah. So
Ron Artest, y'all don't
yeah.
want that.
So,
you don't want that no
know.
more. But that's, I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
They don't make people like that anymore.
they did ban the guy indefinitely or the person.
They banned both of them.
They
The
banned
guy
all
that
of 'em?
spit on Trey Young and the popcorn guy.
I just think it's so crazy.
It's so
Like,
crazy. I don't know why. Why do people think they can just do whatever to these athletes and these celebrities?
I just read a tweet from the tennis player, half Japanese, half black.
Oh.
Naomi.
Yeah.
And she was writing about what happened to Russ and saying like athletes are taken for granted. They can't do anything but be an athlete. And she knows what it's like to like lose, go and sit in the media, and the media badgers you like when they ask you all these questions and shit like that, and they think like you're not supposed to react to it because you're an athlete. But it's just like we're human. We just lost a game. We don't need to be pummeled on every time we do something wrong. So
make mistakes. And
yeah,
stuff
make
like
mistakes.
That.
People make mistakes, and you're hard on yourself. I think they're more hard. Like people are hard on themselves. And
But even on a smaller scale, not even if you're not an athlete, just going to work. Sometimes people feel like they could just talk to you however way they want to, and you're just supposed to be like,
or not say hello.
Yeah,
Like walk past somebody and say hello.
Yeah.
And they don't fucking say hello to you. What the fuck?
And it's like, it's like what? Like
What the
You felt
fuck?
that.
yeah, like
Because like, do you have no home training? Like,
Right.
what?
Right,
Say
right.
hello.
Right.
That's
I
rude.
don't want you. Just say hello. That's
Yeah.
it.
Right.
Good morning.
Hi and bye.
Yeah.
Even just eye contact would be cool.
Yeah.
you know?
Honestly,
Yeah.
that's true.
It's home
That's true.
training.
Yeah, as far with the like athletes though, I don't know if people is it just that clickbait society? Like you said, just trying to get that
Reaction or something.
that reaction just for the fame. Is that what it is that is driving people to that extent?
Maybe once social media started, I think it increased it or heightened it, because then like you said, one tweet or one reaction can get you
On ESPN?
Yeah, it can get you on ESPN or some kind of buzz.
True.
For a couple days.
And you like the bullshit, so
I do like the bullshit, but I mean not that type of bullshit. Like the bullshit I liked is if Russ was allowed to go in the stands and beat that nigga's ass. Honestly, that's the bullshit I want.
I want that. I want that.
So,
Russ got a lot to lose though. He can't be going in the sand and beating.
But
up
my
people.
thing, and that's the thing.
Yeah,
that,
they
it's
know
like,
that.
they know that,
Right.
Yep.
And they
Yep.
know that. They know it's.
They
like
try to
they're-
hold it against, like
Yeah.
dangle it over you.
Yeah.
Or them, I should say.
They know they're protected because the player has more to lose than that fan does per se. I guess.
And that's bullshit.
I couldn't be an athlete and somebody spit on me. I couldn't be an athlete and somebody throw popcorn on me because I can't handle that kind of shit. It would be a different. I'm calm, cool, and collective. But if you spit or if it comes in my direction, you're going to get
Man.
Jerome, and he ain't a nice person.
Yeah.
Words is enough for me. So if you spit on me, that's just, I don't even.
Yeah, you crazy.
You black out.
It's like it's all these things that's happening that's making me it's making it hard to be a fan per se, because it's like athletes are gonna start looking at all of us like that, like we're all that fucking asshole that they
Right.
just don't want to interact with us at all type shit. And it's like
Can't even blame 'em.
Yeah, you can't even blame them honestly, because it sucks. And it's like that's why I'm not even the type of person that I try not to be. I try not to be the person that like shits on athletes and shits on celebrities, and it's like even though I'm like a Cavs fan, I don't hate the Warriors anymore because it's like I just can't be a person that just shits on these people for no reason. It's just I know it's like the sport, it's fun, it's games and shit, but it's crossing. People are crossing the line, and it's making it harder to find that line for me.
There's lines to support. Yeah, and I think right now people just there's no line.
Yeah. Like the hate that like KD gets right now, it's like borderline. Like it's too far. Yeah, it's too far. Like it's like, what are we talking? Oh yeah, he's a resident KD hater. It is. I think it is. I think it is.
I'm gonna go with you, bro.
Yeah, I think it is. I just think because
it's all funny games.
Not even KD. Let me not say KD because let me say Kyrie. We talked about that the other week because people talk about how stupid Kyrie is, and it's like he's not a stupid dude just because he doesn't agree with what you believe or doesn't or wants to push the boundaries of what he believes is possible. He's stupid. He's not. And that's what's starting to like turn me off about fandom as a whole, kind of.
Yeah.
I think that in this country, fandom is really tame. You go to other countries and other sports,
it's crazy.
They do not give a fuck. It's
Really?
no holds bars. I mean, soccer.
Didn't we talk about? We talked about
this a
soccer.
little bit, but like soccer's a whole different breed, and they play for like the death. The fans are to the death.
Yeah, the fans will. It's more violent, I guess you could say.
I think over the last 3 months, I really started to realize how much of a game this shit was, though. You know what I mean? Like growing up, this is your life. Sports is your life, really, and it's like you forget that it really is just a game at the end of the day. Like it really is.
Almost, it's just a job at the end of the day, too. It's just a job.
Yeah. So my thing is like. I used to be the nigga that would be salty for a week when my team lost. It's just like I don't trip about that.
You go back
shit.
over the highlights and
bro,
plays.
I can't. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I still when Brian lose, I can't watch ESPN until he play again.
Really, bro?
I can't. I was saying that's at my worst. That's how I was. Okay. And I still sometimes am like that, but not as bad. I'm telling you, I'm a recovering fanatic.
You in rehab?
Yeah, I'm in rehab. I'm trying to lose as much fandom as I have.
You fell a couple times.
I fell a couple times. You feel me?
At least you acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people won't.
Yeah.
They just I don't know. Sometimes I think the fan think the crazier they are, that means they're like. A greater fan, but I don't think that's true. Yeah.
You should be able to, if a dude throw popcorn or something on you, y'all should be able to go to half court and square up.
Put some gloves on?
No, just square up.
Just square up?
Yeah, just square up.
So your logic about you think fans are going too far, and if they, shit, I just lost my train of thought.
I said sometimes I think fans think if they're more wild or more radical, that makes them a greater fan.
So why do I get so much vitriol for my?
Because you have no support.
There's a difference. I didn't even finish the statement.
There's a difference between support.
Let's let him finish.
Go ahead, finish.
See, no, I don't even want to now because I'm
gonna let you finish. I'm listening to your
the media is slanting my view right now. Why do I get so much vitriol for my fact checking of my beloved Browns?
Because is it really fact checking? Or is it just talking shit?
Yeah, it's like under the bus. It's
fact checking.
Okay, but we already know. You don't got to keep fact checking what we know already.
Said that with your chest, you mad?
So then it comes off as you just try to be an asshole about our happiness.
Oh, like I'm trying to kill your happiness.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Now it's crystal clear to me.
Yeah, and you're
okay. Yeah, that is true. That's what you do.
Yeah,
because we over here hype about a win or some shit,
and then he sarcastic ass come in like, y'all remember 2 years ago you were blah blah blah, and it is like,
it ain't 2 years ago no more, Bill.
Thank you. We're in the present. We are in the present. Every team has a past.
So you're all fanatic fans.
This is where we at. No, we're just in the moment.
That's fine.
I'm
accepting of the fact that y'all think I'm a fucking Grinch and I'm trying to kill everybody's Christmas. Mm-hmm. Wait, no, you're supposed to disagree. That's not what
you're not trying to kill our Christmas. You're trying to kill our football season.
No, I'm not. I'm not trying to do that.
I have yet to hear you say one positive thing about the Browns.
Go. You got it.
It shouldn't take that long. It shouldn't even take that long. It shouldn't even take that long.
Listen, the Browns bring a lot of energy to Cleveland.
Oh, this nigga full of shit.
You got it. Yeah,
That's a good.
It works.
That's a good thing.
It works. I'll take it.
They're going to the Super Bowl this year.
On that note, that would be it for our sports segment on the day. We're gonna end with Vale's bullshit. Okay. So yeah, we about to hit a quick commercial break and come back. And Corey, you're gonna lead us on the next segment.
Yep. On a more serious note, yesterday, in Northern California, there was another mass shooting in San Jose, to be exact. It happened in the morning time at 6:30 a.m. at the Clara Valley Transportation Authority. So it's basically just like our RTA, essentially, in the Bay Area, which is like one of the most populated counties in California. The man who did this act, his name is Samuel J. Cassidy. He's 57 years old. He was a longtime worker at this transportation authority. I don't know how long exactly, but he was, like a senior worker, basically. They said that he also set off his house on the same, before he went to
set his house on fire.
Set his house on fire before he went into work that morning. They said the reason why he did that was so that authorities would be going to the house first and kind of like space out, police and all that stuff. So it was thought through, to say the least. When he got to work, he actually shot in 2 different buildings throughout the process, and he took 8 lives, or 9, I'm sorry. Took 9 lives, and multiple people were wounded. He did have a history of, I guess you could say, being an angry person or like irrational thinking. His ex-wife, they were married for 10 years, and she said he would have good days and bad days, and when he have bad days, it would make her like very uncomfortable, which led to them getting a divorce. The neighbors claimed that, like, even when they would try to say hello to him, he wouldn't really speak. Like, he would just kind of keep to himself, etc. And then also, in 2016, he was detained by Homeland Security because he had just got back from the Philippines. And apparently he had books about terrorism, fear, manifestos, and a black memo book showing his hatred for his current job that he had at the VTA. But it was they never took it like to the next level to make it seem like, hey, we should probably look out for this guy or question him, etc. So fast forward to 2021, it seems that he kind of went out and did what he kind of had his hatred towards, which was where he worked at. There was a lot of chaos going on, obviously because of the fire, and then coming back to the facility or where they worked at. They also said inside of there, he did tell people, "I'm not going to shoot you," and then continued to shoot other people. So he had a whole plan. It seems as if he had a plan of who he wanted to target and who he was going after. So, like I said, right now they're still, I guess, gathering all the details, but that's a hefty amount of what we got right now. So it does seem like it was a planned thing, to say the least. Yeah, premeditated. And so, I mean, obviously, first reactions, from you guys.
I don't know if this is a stupid question or not, but was he black or white?
So all they released is his name, and okay. I've tried to find out what his ethnicity was, but right now I can't find anything on it.
What's his name? Do you have his name?
It's Samuel J. Cassidy. He's 57.
I thought it'd be like
he's 57 years old.
That don't sound like a white dude's name.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be. It's up for debate.
He also, he has, in addition to that, he has accusations of severe mood swings, alcohol abuse, and then he also got a restraining order in 2009 because a woman accused him of trying to rape and sexually assault her.
Okay.
So he has a history of being aggressive and violent, to say the least.
That's crazy. What's interesting about that you said was the fact that that's the first time I've heard somebody with a legitimate plan and they weren't just going in there spraying. It didn't seem like.
Yeah. It says he shot 39 shots. And the police said when they got in the building, when they saw him, that's when he took his life. But up to that point, he had shot 39 times.
I don't know. I just think that what is the point? Like, if you want to take your own life, why do you want to cause so much carnage?
Yeah, why do you got to take other people's lives with you?
Mm-hmm. I'm not in his mind. I don't know what his mental. It doesn't sound too well, like where he was going mentally, but it's just a selfish, like, cowardless thing to do. I don't know what these people did to him or what happened or if anything like that. I'm not justifying this, but like, this keeps happening over and over and over and over again in America.
Yep.
In America, like, because it's just insane. Like, if I go to work, am I gonna come home from work because the person down the road who I was mad that didn't speak to me and I said something, they spoke to me, now they're gonna shoot me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just a crazy, crazy fucking thing, and I'm just so sick of hearing about it. But like, everybody says that. What's next? Thoughts and prayers, like for whatever the same like quote goes. We need to like do something to, like
about
to
it.
Try to restrict people from getting guns who don't need to have guns. He obviously didn't need a gun. He obviously was mad about something.
And from a mental standpoint, it seemed like he didn't need that.
It wasn't already there, but I don't know. It's just so numbing. Like, we hear this all the time. It's just like, 9 people died. Okay, carry on.
Yeah.
When is J. Cole album drop? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, carry on.
Yeah.
It needs to be more of an alarming thing, and I think it's just been so washed out.
We're desensitized to it.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
So many school shootings and so many mass shootings that we just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I just really feel there should be more ways in which we try to prevent people, like, from him getting guns.
To that step.
I don't want to restrict guns. I think people should be able to have guns if they want guns responsibly and things like that. And sometimes people do get guns who are responsible who also end up
doing some shit.
Too.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have been okay when you got it, and you got crazy.
Yeah, you got crazy.
That's the other. Yeah, that's a possibility too.
So
I was just gonna say, what you speaking on how there's a lot of school shootings also, and then we don't know how the other employees were treated, and even if they were,
it doesn't deserve that
being
death.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, or that nature.
The only reason why it made me click was because the one that happened in Chardon. Chardon High School.
Yeah, it was like in February, whatever year it was.
I was recently told that the kid who did that was being bullied by all those other kids.
Yeah, and he couldn't take it anymore.
So it's like, again, that doesn't equal to you should
murder.
But there is like a pushing point, like
you
a
can
limit.
only push somebody into a corner before they come out swinging or something else triggers them. And
that's why when we started, that was my first question. It was outside of the black and white thing was that because I didn't know if he was telling people, I'm not going to shoot you. Actually targeting people. I wonder if those people that he did get actually were
might have been rude to him a couple times or something like that.
Yeah, nothing, like you said, nothing justifies killing somebody.
Right.
But this is the first occasion where it didn't seem like, that's why I said this was the first time it felt like somebody wasn't just coming in spraying. Like it seemed like something.
And it just sucks. Like because at the end of the day, like we said, it doesn't equal to murder, but like everybody has a pushing point, and
I think it goes back to what we were talking about with the fans. Like, society as a whole just does not care about anybody.
Yeah.
Anything they say to anybody, and it doesn't matter until shit like this happens.
It's not like compassion anymore.
Yeah, there's no compassion for anything anymore. I feel like in some circles there is, in other things, but like, you could say whatever you want to somebody and not think twice about it. Or would you want somebody to say this to somebody you loved or care about? Or would you want to treat somebody in a way in which, they were treated? And, like, to jump back to schools and shit, kids are fucking horrible. Kids, teenagers are shitty people, period, point blank. I used to be one. Not a shitty person,
Same.
but like kids are really horrible. So like when people bully somebody in school, like I think we said this before, like it follows you. Like it's Twitter, it's Facebook, it's da 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 da. And that stuff can be wearing on somebody, and then they go to school and they're mad at school. They don't want to be in school, and they're like, "What's the only way out? It's a quick solution. I'll just shoot everybody, and maybe I'll take my own life too." And
then they'll be sorry.
It'll
type
be sorry
of thing.
type of thing.
Yeah.
I think we need to get it before it gets to that point, particularly with school shootings and things of that nature. Even like going into work and shooting up the place where you work, like you don't feel safe anywhere. Like where are you supposed to feel safe at?
Yeah, and the other crazy thing is he's been working there for so long. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like he's just a new employee,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
So he's been knowing these people, well, maybe most of them, for a very long time.
He snapped. Haven't we? I've snapped and not got a gun and went crazy on somebody or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. So did you? I know that led to something you wanted to bring in.
It's just
About
back
gun
to
control.
this question about gun control
Yeah.
in this country. It comes up every time we have a mass shooting. Every time something happens, we want to have stricter gun laws or loopholes where people can't get guns who don't need to have guns. I know the current administration is working on different ways where people can implement background checks for longer periods of times for people to be able to have guns. And I know it's a fight back from people saying like it's our Second Amendment right to have guns and things of that nature. But what I see in that fight back is like it's only the right of white people to have guns in this country, and the Second Amendment. When there's tons of black people who carry guns and are a part of like gun groups, responsible gun groups, and teaching people how to use guns and things of that nature, you just don't hear about it. It's just more scarier to see a black man walking with a gun on the Capitol building or wherever because they think they're gonna rob, shoot, or kill you because that's what they've been told. I think that as a responsible person, you know, you should know how to use your gun. You should know how to do it right. It doesn't mean everything will end up right, but I support that. Like, I want to go get my CCWs. I want to learn how to shoot a firearm. And I never was for, like, owning a gun or any of that nature. And I fired a gun. I just didn't like the way it felt because I tied it to, like, this bullet's going to go into somebody's flesh and, like, kill them. If I'm in danger, of course, but I just didn't like the way it felt. I didn't like the kickback of like the gun or whatever. It was a Glock. But now I've totally changed all the current shit that's been going on in this country, in this world, for God's sakes. It's like, well, maybe I need to learn how to use a gun and safely and securely. And
Some people, I think, also like that, the feeling of being like and having power, because if you're pointing this at somebody, you have that person's attention for sure.
So, President Vale.
Oh, I'm the president.
Yeah, you're the president. You're the president in this current scenario.
Yeah.
You're a person that can control. We know that we're not gonna get into politics, but you can control laws. I know about Congress and all that shit, but you can control laws. What is the solution? What
That is so
What
difficult.
if you were the president? What is
Khalil,
right? More guns, less guns. More guns or less guns? That's what I'm saying.
Less.
Less guns.
There's way too many guns in this country.
Yeah.
I think less guns.
Different kinds, too.
Yeah,
That's what
like-
I think.
My thing is, so it's like, with less guns, does that mean is that being more restrictive to certain people? Less guns means more. Does that mean more restrictive per se?
I think there needs to be measures in place
Yeah.
to vet people more.
Okay.
Who wants to get a gun?
Okay.
That's all. So like to operate a car, you need a driver's license.
Right.
You take a driver's test. You take the temp. You take the other part of the test. You have to pass it, and you get a driver's license. Now we all know there are fucking idiots who have driver's license
Yeah.
who don't need driver's license, but they took the steps to get the driver's license, so they got the driver's license.
But as far as like, because we said something earlier that what if a person was sane when they got the gun and went crazy after the fact?
Those are things that fall through their wayside. We can't measure that.
So my thing is, but those people. So in that case, crazy people have guns at that point.
Correct.
So, but somebody that was sane originally and then became crazy. So we're limiting some people the right to protect themselves from that person.
Because they
see what
can't
I'm
get a
saying?
gun?
Huh?
Because they can't get a gun? Or
Yeah, even a crazy person,
Uh-huh.
they just can't protect themselves. Like, I'm not debating anything. I'm really just asking.
Well, how can they, like, if they're not all with it mentally, what are they, like, how do they know what they're protecting themselves from? If they're, like, not with, like...
You're saying, like, in the moment of, if one of these events were to happen?
What if there was a...
Why are you laughing?
I'm not laughing. I didn't mean to laugh. I didn't mean to laugh at all. What if there was a totally sane person, like, focused, that decided he wanted to go around and mass shoot crazy people?
How does he know they're
wild.
crazy?
That would be wild, first of all.
How does he know they're crazy? Is he going?
He went into an insane asylum
and just started taking people off. Well,
or just like...
No, I don't think that should be allowed. I mean, no.
I'm not saying you think should be allowed, but then that limits a crazy person the right to defend themselves.
Or you talking about if an insane person would want a gun to defend himself if somebody coming in.
But they would never be approved, I feel like, because of the... I don't know what the restrictions are right now.
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody with, like, a mental illness is allowed to have a registered gun.
He's saying, like, they got one. They were saying...
Why can't the mentally ill people defend themselves as well? That's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying I agree with this.
Because they can't even do basic things for themselves. They can't sometimes, like,
They can pull the trigger.
They can't even clean themselves or bathe themselves. Why do you think they live in group homes and things of that nature?
They can pull the trigger.
Stop it. Why do you think they live in group
They can. I'm saying, you acting like you saying stuff that's more difficult than pulling a trigger.
Khalil.
You are.
I don't think they would ever get to that point to be in the possession
My thing
of
is,
it, even if it was legal.
Why can't an insane person defend themselves?
Because they're insane.
So they don't have the right to defend themselves because they're insane?
I'm saying since they're insane, they will never be able to get a gun.
I feel like, I don't know because I'm not insane.
Yes.
But I feel like as an insane person, I might be insane, honestly. As an insane person, I feel like I would know if I'm being attacked.
You're insane.
Oh, if you're being attacked.
If you're being attacked or threatened or something of that nature?
And that's what I'm saying.
But then also there's also sometimes where they're not being attacked and they just consider themselves being attacked.
100%. No, 100%. And that's why they don't need them. But
so you're saying...
I'm just asking questions.
We just came full circle as to why. Why we did not. You came to the conclusion right here just now. Why they should not have one. So thank you for that answer.
Thank you.
I got you. Answer my own question.
Yeah, you got it yourself.
But what I was
just trying to go somewhere, but I guess it didn't work out like I wanted
somewhere. It went somewhere.
It went all around the sun. It came right back to where we started.
Okay, my bad.
I was just gonna say that I think, like, I agree with the less gun thing. When less guns, I just, like I said, the style variety. Like, we don't need all this. We're not buying chips. Like, there shouldn't be all these different forms and levels of guns. You know, in my opinion, only people who should have that are authority people, because
you're talking about the different levels of guns.
Yeah, the different levels of guns, and even then, some of them are unnecessary. Okay. But I would rather have people of authority have different levels of guns than people on the street. Because I just feel like if I need a policeman to take out somebody with a gun, I'd rather the policeman have a better gun than the person that's starting this mass shooting.
That means if we're trusting the police now, we trusting the police now.
And that's what I'm saying.
I
mean, who else do you want to trust?
Yourself. And that's what they're doing. Basically.
But it looks where it gotten us. These numbers is what I'm saying.
But my thing is, because the problem is not the guns. The problem is not the guns.
It is the people.
Yeah.
But the problem, the world has a mental health problem.
Well, yeah.
The world has, and that's the issue here.
But some other countries deal with it much better than what we do in America with mental, like, health.
Yeah. And just guns, period.
My thing is, but that's the thing is, like, people are going to do whatever they want. Like, people, fuck it, have whatever gun you want. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck. But work on your mental, because it's something wrong with you if you feel the need to harm somebody.
Well, right.
It's something wrong with you if you have a fear of somebody harming you.
If it ain't in defense.
Yes, but also it's our culture. When you've been in a culture where guns make you macho, guns make you a man, guns are American, and guns are da-da-da-da, then that seeps into your
My thing is,
being.
if they take guns away, all niggas is gonna do is get a sword.
That's fine. Let's get some samurai swords in this bitch.
Old school.
You know what I mean? But you feel what I'm saying? Like, it's like,
honestly, Khalil, they're not gonna take guns away.
Yeah.
Because everybody loves guns.
Yeah,
right, left, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Everybody loves their guns. They're not going to take guns away. That's what people, they're not going to take the guns away. They're not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
They just want roadblocks
Right.
up
Yeah.
in situations. And I'm okay with roadblocks.
And one of them should be, I was going to add, one of them should be a mental type of thing. Like,
A mental test.
yeah, mental test or
a retest.
Or,
like if you,
yeah,
like
retest
if
every
you,
once in a while.
Every 5 years, you got to go back and see if you're.
But my thing is, what is a mental test going to do? Because it's like, there are people in Congress that could probably pass a mental test.
Well,
but they will shoot me if they see me.
I would say
Not in the Congress, but people on that side. You know what I mean?
when I say like
If
mental
you're threatened,
tests,
like if they feel like you're threatened.
Yeah.
when I speak on mental tests, I more so
police will
just
shoot
feel like, or mean like how you were saying, like if you feel the need to harm somebody just because they did X, Y, Z. That's the kind of mental test I mean. Not like can you do math, because that's that wouldn't help us out with this type of elimination or whatever. I think it should be like a mental like how if you go see like when you're a police officer, let's say they make you do like some kind of psychology thing just to make sure you're all like. I think that should be the same way when you're getting a gun.
Like a standard.
But my thing is, what you say? My bad.
Like a standard.
Like
That's
a
all I'm
standard,
saying.
yeah. But my thing is, it's about, like, I can lie and say I'm a good person and I love everybody. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, so what is...
But psychology, like, if you study psychology...
I was going to say, yeah.
Things of that nature...
Oh, like, they really, like...
Yeah.
I don't, but the thing is, I don't understand it, so I don't know what is it that they could say that a person can't lie their way around to get a gun. You know what I mean? I could say, well, I love everybody. Like, I don't want to shoot nobody.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like...
Yeah, but I think it's more intrusive and more in depth, like the way your brain reacts to stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they could pick up, like, if they're trained psychologists, I think they could pick
Like
up
body
on,
language
oh, you love
and stuff
everybody,
like
you don't want
that.
they could probably, like, see through that. But, yes, there are certain people that are sociopaths, and they can get through any kind of thing no matter what and get their way
But
to
it would still weed out a mass amount, you know.
I just think some. And I'm not saying that everybody who went in, who did these mass shootings had mental illness, because some people didn't. They just were malicious people who wanted to hurt and harm.
Yeah.
But I'm saying when we look at the studies that keep going over these things, these people had mental health issues, and we treat mental health issues in this country as like, shoot, kill, ask questions later. Mm-hmm. If we started being like, this person is really blah blah blah, or like, maybe it might be I don't know, like the correlation could be completely different. I just think that we need to do something about it. Like if if everybody's packing, so now everybody got guns, is that going to change anything? Do you think that would change anything if everybody got guns, now everybody afraid, or everybody's trigger happy to shoot everybody at any given time? I'm not saying restrict guns, because I don't want the restriction of them.
Yeah. And honestly, my whole thing is because I get both sides, but I also don't fully understand both sides. Mm-hmm. Because it's like I think both of them have negatives and positives. Yeah. I think to it, and it's
and that's why it's so complicated.
And that's why I feel like fuck the guns. Like that's not the problem. Mm-hmm. The main problem should be trying to figure out, like, get to the root of why are niggas acting up like this. You feel me? And that's all
in the head. You're saying
it's all in the head. It's all in the head. That the mental health, that should be the main number one thing on everybody's agenda.
I wish it was, because if it was, I think we could try. Like, we would come up with better solutions for some of these things that are going on.
Yeah,
I just really do.
I think that's the most major problem that we have, and I think that's what we should be targeting, because people are going to find ways to get guns.
Oh, cool. If it's not a gun, it's a sword, and if it's not a sword, it's stones.
Yeah,
So if you want to harm somebody, you're going to find a way to harm somebody. It's human fucking nature.
So it's like
the guns make it easier and faster.
And at that point, and that's part of this fight is a waste of time debate. Like that with as far as all the things we be pushing for. Like I just, like, what is it really going to help? Like, what is this really going to do? Because if you take it away, people are going to get a fucking gun. Mm-hmm. So like, what is restricting gun laws really going to do?
But I think if it's none, like if we didn't have any, we would have a lot more killings, shootings, mass stuff. It is some things in place where you're not, you had Axeman at your job. If he had hit the firearms he wanted and he just went in and just started spraying just because.
No, that man has guns.
Did he bring them with him and spray it?
I don't. I didn't know everything that was in his trunk, so I don't know. It could have been.
He probably has
the
one.
axe was just his weapon of choice that day.
But that's the thing. So let's just say he chose to pick up, a gun. So, like Lavelle was saying, I don't think they're not gonna take guns away because our country's just too strong.
They're in love with guns.
Stronghold love with guns. Mm-hmm. Whatever, fine. You can.
The NRA runs everything.
Yeah, NRA shit like
they're
that.
bankrupt anyway.
You can have a love for guns or whatever as long as you know how to control it, like you said. And also, as long as you're mentally in the right state to control it, I think that's like you said, that's the solution. But right now, obviously, they're just going to push for less guns. But maybe with this push, somebody eventually will be like, "Well, hey, if we ever consider it's not the amount of guns, just the individual, the mental of that person, and then maybe that's when they start putting in guidelines or rules to be like, okay,
But my thing is, we already know that's the problem. Mm-hmm. So why are we wasting our time with this other thing right now?
Money.
I think we can still use both and money.
Yeah, and you just said something small about the NRA being bankrupt. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, they're bankrupt.
So I didn't know about that either. Like they just got bankrupt.
So what does that mean? What does that mean for this whole debate? Does that mean that they need more guns?
No, they need more members.
Guns is what. Oh, they need more members.
They need more members to buy memberships so it can support their lobbyists to go lobby for, and they give money to like campaigns. And
so are they hurting right now?
They're hurting, but I think it's more of like a dog and pony show.
What does that mean?
I don't really think they're hurting. I think they're trying to portray to the public like, hey, look, we're bankrupt and we need more members.
To get strength.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So all those all those country guys' sons can sign up right now.
And I think it's just more underground.
Lone Star.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's more.
So
Boogaloo Boys. All
the
that shit.
NRA is just.
It's an
their
organization.
whole purpose
National
is just
Rifle Association.
Right, but it's just to say
that's what it stands for. I never knew that. Honestly,
it's just to say we want guns. Like that's their whole purpose. Or are they the ones?
They started off as like an organization to teach people about the safeties of guns and like Boy Scouts and rifles. They turned into money because it attached itself to money and like, oh, we want laws where we can have stand your ground law. We can give money to this person running for office, and then you have to back our agenda. Like, so we want stand your ground laws. We want what's the prosecution without like when police can fire and nothing happens to them.
I don't know.
Immunity. Like if a police officer shoots somebody, no questions asked, things of that nature. So they want their agenda pushed, like everybody else wants their agenda pushed. They're just a bigger source that can come together and push that agenda. That is kind of like seeing cracks now because the world is changing. They're sick of this. They're like, listen, just like you said, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
What are we? What like it doesn't like I understand the left, I understand the right. What are we talking about? It's not going to go anywhere. It's kind of cracking because like people who are coming up and like we don't want to live in a world like this anymore. We want to try to do something differently, and so there are a bunch of old people who are dying. So like, who's going to feed it? These stupid.
So they're basically like the DARE program for guns.
Yes, and we all know how well the DARE program works.
Hell yeah.
For me,
right. So, right, yeah, exactly. So, we know we need to revamp all these programs because nothing is working right now.
It worked when I was 8.
This is why we're at right now.
Yeah. You sure? Because, sir, I'm not going to smoke when I'm 12. Like,
right.
No.
See me in 6 years, bro. 5.
They're not 5. So, yeah, these are antiquated ideas. I think we sometimes use antiquated things to try to fix current solutions. And it's very frustrating to people because, well, it's frustrating to me, I won't say people, because you have to change with the times and everything isn't going to be like it was in 1980. We can't apply what we know about guns 1980 to 2020. What are we in, 2021?
21, yep.
2021. Because nobody's out hunting because all of Americans are fat and lazy. Nobody's fucking out hunting for their food or like for sport.
Right.
Yeah.
They're going to Africa and killing fucking lions and calling it a sport. That's not a sport. You understand what I'm saying?
Or an elephant.
It's all antiquated. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Like me personally, I would be solid if there were none. Period. You know what I mean? Like if there were just no guns. Period.
Yeah.
But if niggas got them, like I need mine.
Like you said,
feel me?
there'll probably always be a way to find one,
Yeah.
or get your hands on one. I just do think it shouldn't be as easy.
All the people that die with guns, like drive-by shootings, like kids here where we live, kids who randomly get shot because there's illegal guns out because gangs are feuding or somebody's trying to get somebody and things of that nature. It's just a shitty thing. I'm not, but that I'm not. I don't know. I'm not the gun czar where I'm like, get rid of all the guns because that's just not gonna happen. I don't even see that ever happening.
Okay.
But I think we can have better ways to which to measure it. That's all. Let's just measure it in a different way.
And I think it was I want to say it was the mayor or maybe a congressman, like in this speaking after that incident, he was just saying like, like how we were saying it's kind of numb now, but it only hits us when it's somebody we know or in our city. So it's like we need to change that, perspective. It should be like now, like, no, I don't want to just I don't want it to hit me for me to be like, we should probably
do something,
change this gun
or
law.
try to do something that affects it in that way.
Because it's happening all the time. And what you were speaking on about, like, this ain't 1980 anymore. It brings me to my next point, which is just the last couple of years, like as far as mass shooting goes and things like that. Just so we got a definition, a mass shooting is considered when 4 or more people are shot in one location at roughly around the same time, and that's excluding the shooter. So last year was the worst year for mass shootings. Nearly all major cities had an increase in gun violence, and then for mass shootings, they all had a 50% increase last year.
Yeah.
And
niggas was all pissed last year.
So yeah,
Like,
they said the pandemic, unemployment, all that kind of stuff had a factor into it on top of just the normal, gun gang, all that crime rate, violence on top of that. So they said it was 611 mass shooting events last year.
God damn.
513 people died, and then 2,543 people were injured. In 2019, you had 417 mass shootings, 465 people died, and then 1,707 injuries. The other issue is, depending on how people define mass shootings, that's when the numbers start to fluctuate.
Okay.
But regardless of the fact, it's still, we had a lot of shootings last year. No matter how X amount of numbers you want to use it for people getting hurt and all that kind of stuff. The reason why I bring that up is because this year, again, depending on how you define it, like I've seen some reports, like on USA Today, it'll say we've only had 15 mass shootings so far. And that report came out today. And then you look at another website and it'll show we have 200 mass shootings so far this year. So it depends on your definition, but let's just say we roughly had 300 shootings, so far this year, just, as a mass. And then my last take will be that California has the most, is for going by state. I don't know if that's population related or what. And then USA Today quoted that the most dramatic increases in mass shooting last year were found in states with cities that boast the largest Black and Latino populations, groups that traditionally are disproportionately impacted by crime and gun violence.
I mean, that makes complete sense.
So
that's dead on.
As far as we go, we should definitely be trying to restrict the gun violence and all that kind of stuff because
because the guns are there. But listen, the
guns
guns are there. They're in our neighborhoods. They're in inner city neighborhoods. Everybody has the guns, and it still hasn't stopped the shooting. So, that analogy, well, if I have a gun, I would stop a mass shooting. I just, you would run into I'm going to stop the mass shooter. You may if you're trying to save your family's life, but chances are you're
I was going to say, that's the other thing I've been thinking about when people be like, oh, I got my CGL, so some have them all, or whatever it's called. I don't know how likely you are going to be a hero to go in and run in and stop this person from shooting, or how trained you are to go in and run in and stop this person from shooting. Because you just might cause more problems or whatever. And there are stories of people, you know what I'm saying, helping taking out stuff. But that's why I say, if it came down to it, I would prefer the greater quality guns with the police and not with us.
I'm gonna not back you on that with the police, because the police is kind of fucked up right now.
Yeah.
But we need a system where, a better system. But that's a whole nother.
That's
how.
I'm not with that either. I don't know, man. Because it's like you said, I get where you're coming from with that.
Mm-hmm.
But so if a cop has a better gun, that means his cousin got a better gun that stay in the country that hate us too. You feel me? Like if it's with the cops, it's gonna gravitate to the other side eventually, because you know what the other side is.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like so many guns in an illegal market.
Mm-hmm. Well, right, and that's what Khalil was saying. You still get illegal guns. I'm just saying, logically,
yes.
If we're comparing a citizen to a trained person, I would rather have the trained person
have them. We need a better trained person. That's where I have a problem with
a better
police.
quality
They're not
gun.
Trained to do anything but take us out.
Yeah, than the individual.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
But I get what y'all are saying.
Yeah.
We agree, Khalil.
Mm-hmm. We agree. We agree. Fuck Corey.
It's cool. I'll take it.
Track 3 of my album, July 27th, is a Corey diss track. I'll release it sometime next week.
Oh, it's just gonna be called Pisces. That's the name of the track.
Oh yeah, Bell on the track. I was gonna keep that a secret. I was gonna say the world
that was
Bell's
a
on the
bonus.
track.
That was a bonus album right there.
I should have saved that.
Yeah,
I should have saved that heat.
That shit, I'm gonna come up with my verses.
Yeah.
It's cool.
But yeah, y'all. Like what is y'all consensus? Where's this going? What's the next move? What's
my the way we that was one other thing. Let me just throw this in there. Gun homicide rate, ours is 25% higher than any other country.
Oh, America.
So
we're number one.
We are number one.
We're number one.
America.
The worst one of the worst possible things. So my answer to you is, I think there's going to be more for the rest of the year. Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe even by 2 weeks from now.
Maybe even by tomorrow.
Yeah. So
I do want to we got to send our condolences to people that have lost their life, because it's not the specific situation is not a joking matter. Like obviously, as we talk, but I personally think the whole fight is
it's not gonna go anywhere. You think?
It's another distraction. It's another distraction on what the true problem is.
I get it, but I think I think it's still like the whole money thing angles it towards, let's just decrease guns instead of just let's just put everybody in a mental test and figure out, are they composed enough?
Again, my bad.
So you know how like a lot of stuff gets lobbied and money's behind it and all that stuff. I think since the war has been from the beginning, like, let's just decrease the guns. None of the money is going towards, how about we just put this idea of maybe we just need to test everybody every once in a while or every single time with a psychologist or whatever to make sure this person, is
and then have better
okay.
education about guns.
Yeah, better education about
wrap the culture around guns, like how guns are portrayed in our movies, how I'm gonna shoot you. Our video games, like, have a better conversation about guns.
Is there even a gun school? Like, yeah, there is, but like it's a 1-day class, correct? And then you get your
CCW.
And then you get your CCW.
You could hire somebody to go like range shooting, like target shooting, but it's not a mandatory.
It's only
thing.
1 day though.
Yeah, exactly.
Driving school, you at least go for a couple weeks.
You go for like a month. Like I went for like 6 months.
Oh yeah,
damn.
That's like three.
I think it's like 5 classes.
Okay, I exaggerated, but I'm just saying.
Okay, but even then, you got 5 classes. Then you got the drive-ins.
Yeah.
Then you got then you got the test.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, just like how we do a motorized vehicle that can kill somebody, it should be the same length with a gun.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
I agree with that.
Yeah.
What'd you feel? What'd you feel? What'd you feel?
I just don't get it, man. I just don't get I don't get what we're trying to do. Are we trying to we're just gonna piss them off more? The people that hate us, we're about to piss them off more.
So that means you stop doing it because you're gonna piss them off?
My thing is, are we just trying to piss people off? Or do we want everybody to be okay? Like, do we want to help everybody's mental health, basically? Because like I said, that's the core problem.
Mm-hmm.
Are we trying to anger some people some more?
You're going to anger people. I want to get to a place where we can fucking have a conversation at a table together.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And you scared they gonna bring a rifle to the table, so they're not gonna want to talk.
If they bring a rifle to the table, there's some more work we need to be doing. I'm all about doing the work, but I want to have a conversation. Nobody wants to have a conversation. Everybody is off in their corner. Everybody is like so afraid of everybody else. They're off in their corner with a rifle, with a grenade, with a samurai sword. Nobody wants to talk.
Or an axe.
Or an axe.
Nobody
Nobody wants to fucking talk. Can we just talk? You have to some kind of dialogue. Some kind of dialogue. That's me, and I'm only one person in this fucking world. But that's what I'm.
Then the core agenda should be town halls and shit like that instead of these laws to try to piss people off. You feel me? And that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Agree.
So that should be what the
people
main
gotta show up.
agenda is.
Well,
yeah.
There's
That's
true. Both of y'all talking just reminded me. I heard on the radio the other day. There's an app, and I want to say it was Philadelphia. I don't know how successful it's been or it's going to be, but they created an app to where if somebody's in like a argument or feel like they're about to start, shooting each other, to say the least. If you're the person in the area, you open this app, you press the button or whatever, and it calls like a professional mediator.
Okay.
And then it's supposed to the mediator is supposed to interject. I don't know how likely this will be successful, but it's supposed to interject these people arguing or whatever. It's supposed to calm them down. Then after that, it's supposed to set up maybe a day or a time or a date for the two parties to meet up with that mediator to try and solve whatever that problem is. And the people who are on the other side of the phone as a mediator are people who live in that community or are trained. Like I said, they live in a community, then they get trained on how to be a professional mediator, or they're like your community pastor or stuff like that. So like you said, the whole dialogue thing, we need something like that. I don't know if we necessarily need an app like that, because I don't know how successful it will be, but I do know there's people trying to create that dialogue or talk.
That's all. I just think we need a dialogue.
But that was in Philly, so we need it everywhere.
We all can't stay separated on our sides.
Yeah,
it's a stalemate. What do we do?
It's tough. Just another problem that America is dealing with.
One of many.
Yeah. Just like other countries, it's just our shit is always out there.
True.
Well, yeah. I guess we didn't really come to a solution.
We did it.
We did not solve world peace.
We didn't serve world peace today.
But
the conversation that started.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all. That was that for this episode. I didn't know if y'all had any more takeaways regarding gun control. Regarding, I'll say NBA players should be able to have them for these fucking fans.
You want NBA players to start shooting fans on the court? Where they putting these guns at when they run up and down the court?
Throw popcorn on me. Shoot you in your face, Jimmy.
What about a pellet gun?
Huh?
Or like a BB gun or something? Like
BB gun. BB gun. Yeah, the world should just give out BB guns.
Look at our culture. Let's shoot them with a pellet gun or a BB gun. Case in point. Case in point.
Our whole talk just went right out the window.
Case in point.
It did. I'll take it back. I'm sorry, Jimmy. My bad, bro. That was too far. I don't know if that was his name, honestly. But yeah, that was that for this episode. My boy Corey, my boy Vil. Yes, my name is Khalil. Send us y'all businesses. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. Send us y'all businesses. Send us y'all music. Send us anything y'all want us to promote because we want to shout y'all out. We want to give y'all love. We want to create a community for our people out here.
Right.
And yeah, y'all, that was that. This was episode 18.
Yep.
18.
Fuck you.
18.
All right. I was off for a bit. So I was
Talking about
That was my
me.
fault. That was my fault. That was my fault.
I wasn't good with math.
That was my
All
fault.
all right.
Of possibly impaired.
Yeah.
And we out. What's on with y'all?
Peace.
Peace.